What's up, mob crew? I'm Chris, and today's video is a big one. Part 3 of the biggest unanswered questions in the Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito case, including who is Uncle the dentist? It's going to be a big one. Also, today's missing person case is Amber and Noah Claire. They are believed to be heading towards national parks or rural areas, so they will be featured at the end of my video, so please stay until the end for that. Thank you so much. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, where we cover murder, mystery, to the paranormal. Alright, mob crew, back by popular demand, I have 5 more questions in the Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito case. If you haven't seen the first 2 parts, please check them out. Links will be in the description. So I usually answer the question and then theorize and elaborate more about each question if possible. Question 5 and 4. How many phones were there between Brian and Gabby, and what happened to them? And what was Brian Laundrie charged for? Both these questions kind of line up together. I made a video where I spotted that Brian had actually lied to the officers about not having a phone, and I figured out that both he and Gabby had their own phones. So what happened to them? So as far as Brian Laundrie's phone, we really only know that he had one, but it seems like he was more of a person that was off the grid, sort of speak, so he probably only had it for emergencies. Unlike Gabby, who we know used hers a lot more since she was posting to social media and would call and send text messages to her family. So we know that the last time a text message was sent from Gabby's phone was on August 30th. No service in Yosemite, which was most likely Brian Laundrie who sent it. And then we know that Brian made it back home on September 1st, and since a drive like that would have taken approximately 35 to 36 hours, he probably left the 30th of August. My theory, and let me emphasize the word theory, would be before he decided to go back home, he needed to send the text message to Gabby's mother, no service in Yosemite. That way it would buy him some time with her family, making them think that Gabby's fine. And after sending that, he would destroy both phones, his phone and her phone, right there somewhere in Wyoming on that day of the 30th. So he couldn't be tracked because he knew he had a long drive. Now we know that he used Gabby's Capital One card multiple times between the 30th and the 1st of September. It is theorized he used it for gas and other things to make it back home, and so he was charged with use of unauthorized access devices. So he would arrive back home sometime on the 1st of September. We know in the following days he and his mother would go to the AT&T store and buy another phone, and then before he took the Mustang to go to the preserve, he would leave that phone, the one from AT&T, behind along with his wallet. And so the phone that authorities have in evidence is the phone from AT&T and not any of the phones that were used on the trip. So I'm pretty sure there's a few of you wondering about a burner phone, so this will lead into question 3. Did Brian Laundrie have a burner phone? And the answer to this question is no. The whole reason people began talking about a burner phone was because of the headline that TMZ put out that said, Brian reportedly purchased a phone on the day he disappeared. And obviously this created the whole burner phone talk, when really the phone that they were talking about is the one that Brian and his mother bought at the AT&T store and is now in possession of the FBI. Question 2. So why didn't Chris Laundrie find Brian's remains or belongings the time he went out on October the 7th with authorities? So I know you're all wondering, how could he just beeline it straight to the belongings on the 21st of October in under an hour, yet he spent multiple hours on the 7th and found nothing? So it's really hard to find a lot of aerial footage since they didn't fly over that particular area of the Maia-Kahakihachi Preserve, except for the day of the 28th of September. And looking at the still photo of this area, right where the remains were found, I point out, if you notice, I have a red arrow. This would be where the Ford Mustang was parked. And then we know that the remains and belongings were found just on the other side, where I put the green arrow. And notice as I zoom in on this picture, notice this whole area was flooded on the 28th of September. And then you have Chris Laundrie go out on the 7th of October with the authorities, which is 9 days later from that photo of the area being completely flooded. So was that area still flooded? It probably was not as bad as the 28th, but my theory, empathized theory, would be that it was flooded to some degree, and we know that Chris Laundrie was only out there for a couple of hours. So just to show the difference, here's the picture from October 20th, one day before they found the remains, and notice you can see the grass and stuff, whereas the 28th of September, it was clearly flooded. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Alright, for the finale of part 3, we have the big question. Question 1. Did Brian Laundrie have an uncle who is a dentist, and did he help with matching the dental records? This is probably one of the most widely spread rumors since they found the remains in the Big Sleuth Preserve. So this question all starts with the tweet, shown here. It says, his uncle is a dentist. And then you have somebody from Entertainment News who picks up this tweet and posts it on their page and says this, dentist, uncle helped. And because they posted it on their headline, it must be true. And this spread like wildfire. But what the person from ET clearly didn't look at is the post from that same guy responding to his first reply because someone asked him if his uncle actually helped match the dental records, and here is his reply. No, it wasn't he who did the comparison. Who provided the dental records? ? So he had no clue what he was talking about, and this is how fast a bad rumor can spread like wildfire. The only uncle I could find that pops up when you're looking for a dentist in the family is Thomas Laundrie, who actually was thought to be Brian Laundrie's grandpa because Thomas is 71 and most likely has been retired for many years. And honestly, I have no idea what he did for a living, but he is not a dentist right now. I'm pretty sure at this time it is irrelevant. And just to add to those who may not know, a family member cannot in any capacity help in an investigation like matching dental records because this is what would be called conflict of interest. So I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I worked like 10 hours straight to get you guys this video. Please put more questions in the comments for a part 4. Please smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Please hit that bell and turn on notifications. I would love to do this for a living for you guys, but I do need some help. So please consider supporting me by becoming a member or by donating to one of the links in the description. I don't go live like most channels, so I don't get like supers or anything. I will go live once I move, which will be in a few weeks. Today's missing person case is Noah Claire and Amber Claire. Their abductor is Jake Claire and is considered to be very unstable. Here is the picture of the car. It's a silver Subaru, bunch of stickers on the back. They are rumored to be heading towards national parks and other rural areas. Please take a close look. Please take care of yourself and be sure to tell someone you love them. Thank you so much.